Hello, and welcome back to the channel. This is now a Winnipeg Jets channel because the Jets are literally killing me.
Y'all ready to see it?
Let's talk about the game, I guess. Why have I done this? James, I know you're editing this. Why did I choose to cover the Jets in the meantime while there's no Islanders to cover? I immediately regret this. All right, so the Jets lose 36-7 in a game that should have been 40-7, but there were a couple of missed kicks. The Jets are 0-3 on my little handy-dandy chart over here, which has garbage on it. I guess that's fitting. I had us losing the first two games. I had us winning this game. Full disclosure, I had us going 3-13 in my preliminary practice test run of the video that I ended up doing where I picked the Jets to go 6-10. Man, 3 was too kind. And I blame my brother for picking them to go 9-7 and making me go halfway with giving them 6 wins. I don't know if they get one this year. Jets, you're coming off some really bad offensive games. You really got to show up. You've gotten blown out twice. You know, the first one was only a 10-point loss, but it should have been a lot more, and everybody knows it. And the Jets probably know it. And, what are you going to do? First drive, pick 6 from Sam. Threw into tight coverage. It was one-on-one. He would throw into triple coverage later in this game, but it wouldn't get picked. So he was lucky on that one. This one, it was tight one-on-one coverage. There was no way he's fitting this pass in. And guess what? He gets picked and run back the other way. What a big surprise. Sam. And it's frustrating because I'm going to have to end up inevitably putting this more on Sam than Gase this game, and I don't prefer to do that. But I'm going to call it as I see it. So Sam, pick 6, puts us down. We had a really bad run of kickoff returns in this game. We had one good return about 40 yards out from the end zone, but we had a couple of times where we didn't get the ball past the 15 on kick returns, like kickoffs, not like a punt. And that's inexcusable. That's awful. Just freaking knee it. Anyway, so the second drive starts from our own 12. And the Jets go 88 yards and score a touchdown, and the game is tied. And it's the first signs of life you're seeing from the offense. They had, a fluky long touchdown for Crowder in that Buffalo game, and they had a very late garbage time touchdown in the Niners game, and you're just like, what? This is abysmal. No first half touchdowns until week 3. The Jets... It's a nice drive, they basically, gave it to Frank Gore a little bit, hit Braxton Berrios a couple times. I think Kalen Ballage got in there as well, playing the Le'Veon Bell role. Anyway, hey, Adam, that's how you can use Le'Veon as well, when he comes back, if he ever does. You can just dump it off to him and let him work. It helps our very, very embattled quarterback succeed. That would be nice. Also, having any receivers on this team would help. But Braxton Berrios was the number 1 today, and he played all right. He had 4 catches. I believe he had 64 yards and a touchdown for the second straight week. He led the team in receiving yards. It's not surprising. We're not going to have a 100-yard guy for a while. So the Colts were able to go through the Jets' defense pretty easily. Got it up to 17-7 on a couple of really embarrassing defensive attempts, if you could call them that, and it was not good, especially a defense that last year, I know obviously Jamal Adams is not here anymore, but Marcus May had a really good week 1, pretty bad week 2, and you were kind of hoping he'd bounce back. I don't know, nobody really bounced back. Wow, that's going to be a theme for this season, isn't it? We had Quinnen kind of stand out at least last week with a couple sacks, and Phillip Rivers had all day to throw most of the game today. As usual, the Jets' rushing defense was decent, which is frustrating because I had Taylor in fantasy, so I was kind of hoping the Jets would get torn apart on the ground, but still somehow win. Not likely. It was death by 1,000 paper cuts. We're not great against the tight end, and that's been a thing for a while. Mo Alley Cox was able to get us a bunch of times. T.Y. Hilton barely even figured in. I have him in fantasy too. Thanks. I can't even enjoy the Jets losing with like a great fantasy day. The Jets had a shot in this game to get it close again a little bit before halftime. And Sam threw a terrible, terrible, terrible interception in the end zone. And he kind of had to know it was over from there. It would be the last time, I think, that the Jets would get the ball past midfield. And you just got to be embarrassed for Sam. On this play, how is this Adam Gase's fault? Adam Gase is at fault for like 95% of what's going on. But, I mean, Sam is making bad decisions as well. And I know it might be getting to a really tough point where he's just trying to force it because his guys really don't get open, which I do have sympathy for Sam there. It's easy to say, but maybe Sam's got to tuck in and run a little bit more. Sam's got to admit defeat and then throw the ball away. Check down. I think the offense needs to run like a Drew Brees offense currently, and that sounds way higher octane than you would think. But I mean, look at Brees is throwing a lot of like, short pass. He's always the last few years he's thrown a lot of short passes, high percentage passes to, to be fair, very elite players like Kamara and Michael Thomas. And the Jets might have to do like a very, 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 very poor man's version of that if they want to move the ball at all, because running the ball an equal amount of passing the ball in a game where you're down by like 2 or 3 touchdowns constantly, guess what? We're never going to come back at him. When you do that, I just don't see... Like, Frank Gore is doing, like, an admirable job, and you know what he's going to do every week. He's going to put his head down. He's going to get you 3 yards. It's good in certain occasions, like a 4th and 1, Adam. But also, I mean, there's not really a lot of depth at running back. I wish they would have signed Bilal Powell back and given him the Le'Veon Bell role. Not in the running game, but in the passing game with those screen passes and, just finding creative ways to, allow Sam to build some confidence back up with some short, rinky-dink passes. But you know what? It adds another offensive layer for the defense to account for. And, right now they don't have to account for much. They basically just have to stand in front of the receivers and catch the ball and then run the other way. So, man, I don't have much more. The Jets got outscored by the Colts defense 16-7 in this game. Pathetic. There was a safety because Mekhi Becton got hurt, didn't come back for the whole second half. So there goes the lone bright spot of this season so far. I couldn't film this on Sunday. I was very, 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 very done with this team. I still am, but now I can at least talk about it. And also the Red Bulls won, so that made me feel a little bit better. In all of these games, the Jets have been afforded chances to get back in them, but they have not taken a single chance. I've been droning on long enough for a 36-7 loss. There's not much more that needs to be said when your team doesn't pass midfield in the second half of a game and gets outscored by the other team. Your offense gets outscored by the other team's defense. If we were in the NFC East, we'd be a game out of first. I just wanted to drop that in there. Oh, man. We can't even do protests, right? I saw that little rally we had where like 2 people showed up to say fire Gase in front of the Jets practice facility. Jets fans at the Colts game were chanting fire Gase loud enough that I could hear it on TV. So, things are bleak. And they're not looking like they're going to get any better. So, that's the video. I will be wearing Winnipeg stuff until we win a game this year. So, look forward to a lot of blue and green and clashing colors. That's it. I'll see you next time on Why Bother. Bye now.